Okay, today is Saturday, October 11th, and I'm in Sedona, Arizona, and I am right outside the subway cave, which is back over here. And these people are trying to climb up. If you get up on the higher rock, you'll be able to walk through and around into it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best way to go.
Easier to come from the top.
Yeah. And just be careful on that last step. There's only enough room for you and the cliff edge. I don't know if you can see it, and I'm going to try to walk over there. But there are some caves that are some old Native American dwellings. But it's really cool little place. I'd like to take a little bit more videos, but on the way back, I'm not sure you can see it here. I'm going to be walking down this trail. You can see there's a couple people down there right now, but that trail's a little bit tricky, but we'll get more when I get down there, and I'll also get some of the Indian dwellings before, or Native American dwellings before I go. I don't know if this will show up on the film. Oh yeah, there it is. But that is, I think they're calling a petrograph from when the Native Americans used to live in these caves. Back there is where I came from. And right over here is the dwelling. You can see there's not a lot of room between this cliff and me. But you can see how they built up these walls. And they asked people not to touch them. Whether that's really happening or not, I don't know. Back there would be where they would live, I would guess. And then here, and right over there, it's hard to see. I'll see if I can get one from the bottom, but that is where the subway cave is. And it is a lot smaller than it looks in the video. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how we get down, but then I'm going to turn the camera off and get down. There's another way to get up and down. You can see these people walking on right there. I am not skilled enough to do that. So this is the trail that is the offshoot off the Boynton Trail, Boynton Road Trail, I think, something like that on there. I'll get it right and then correct it at the end of the video. But you can see, other than that little area where I was, and then there's going to be an area coming up here, it's a pretty easy trail. It's a well-worn trail. You saw how many people were up there with me, so it's definitely going to be a touristy trail. And, what am I trying to say? I got lucky because it poured rain all this morning before my flight even landed. And so I think a lot of people changed their plans. So I'm able to get up here and enjoy it without too big a crowd. I still couldn't fit in the parking lot. The parking lot was full, but they warn you of that as well. Everyone does on these videos. So pay attention, get up early, or wait for a rainstorm and hope nobody's coming in. But right now, as you can see, we're moving well. Hopefully I'll be back to the Boynton Trail. I walked up with another couple, and they didn't want to go to the subway. They've already done it a number of times. And they told me to keep going on the Boynton Trail, and I'll see some really cool views of the canyon. And it's only 1:36, so I think I have some time. I want to kind of be back to the car by 4 o'clock so I can drive up to Flagstaff, grab some dinner, and check into the Airbnb and get rested up for tomorrow's hike. And we'll go from there. All right. I'm still on the offshoot trail to the subway, but I'm almost done with it. But I came to a clearing, and I just wanted to videotape. I'm showing my age right there, aren't I? Just wanted to capture the view of these canyons and cliffs. And once again, I'll walk just a little bit on the trail so you can see it's not anything too challenging. This might be the other part that's just a little bit rocky, but if I can climb up what we did in Mount Marcy, This here is nothing but a thing. Might even be able to do it with my camera rolling. But you can see it's not bad. This is officially the end of the Boynton Trail. I'm being told if I skirt around a little bit to the right over there, I see those people over there doing it, there'll be a great view of the valley. So I'm going to try. If it gets a little crazy, I'll stop and turn back around. So I took their advice and they were right. It's pretty cool. Now I think they know a way to get all the way over there so you can look way out into the valley. I don't. I'm not sure. I want to do a scramble and it looks like some rain is coming in. So I'll just backtrack it a little bit and let you see where I came from. And then I'll give you the best view of the valley I have. But anyway, very, very cool little piece of advice. You can see we're walking on this rock right here, and it's not as narrow as it looks. And we're getting a beautiful view into, I came up through the middle of that forest down there and through the canyon that way. Look at these canyon walls. And someday I'll have to come back and see if I can figure that out. But let me walk you this way a little bit. This will be a little bit longer part of the film. But you can see nowhere in here was it really very dangerous. And don't listen to this part of the video, Dad, but that sign did say if you go any further than the sign, you're doing so at your own risk. I don't know whose risk it was before the sign. I figured it was all my own risk. But they were definitely washing their hands of anyone going that way. I'm going to walk right along this bit of the other hiker told me he calls it slick rock. And I was like, well, I didn't want to walk any slick rock, but it's, I guess, only slick if there's ice or snow on it. This isn't slick at all. And let's see, she just said this was her favorite view, so I kind of wanted to see what she was talking about, and I was hoping I could get a little bit more of the view that I'm going to give you here. But once again, right there into the valley, but that's looking out towards Sedona and the beginning of the trail. So this trail was not, the whole trail, I'm talking about everything. The subway, this was not super long. I'll wrap it up at the end so you know what the total distance and everything was. And it wasn't super technical. So a little part where you had to put your hands on the ground and walk around. But it was very, very scenic. So this is the trail down. I came from over here. There is where the petrograph was. And then you just walk right down here. Like I said, I'm going to put my camera and everything away because I don't want to drop it and lose it. But it's not too technical a trail. I've been on worse just this past summer, but it's enough. I am now standing on the Boynton Trail. This is the way I came from the parking lot. And this is the turnoff to go up to the subway trail, the trail I just came off of. And someone has tried to mark it with these rocks, and you can see they turn this into a little arrow, and they said turn by a tree with a big trunk that's a little bit burnt. Now that tree has a big trunk, but I don't know that it's burnt. And as I said, if I wasn't with that couple who had done this multiple times, they stopped me from turning in to go this way many times when I was back down there. So, and I did find something else out. All of a sudden my Garmin told me I was back on route because, like I said, I only put the Boynton Trail on here and not that trail off to the right there, or up to the subway there, I should say, because I don't think it's an official trail and I don't think it's marked, and obviously it's still very, very popular. So I think I'm good. I think I'm still tracking. And hopefully when I get back home and look at my computer, I'll be able to see the maps and everything. But I don't know that I'll be able to do that until I get home. It's really pretty now. It's as if I'm walking in a forest surrounded by the canyons. You can see them back there, but the sun is blocked. It's also overcast. It's just nice and cool and quiet again, unlike up there at the subway where it was very busy. Guys, on the way up, this is on the way back down. Somehow, and my Garmin didn't correct me, I ended up going this way because it looks like a path. You can see how much it looks like a path when I needed to go that way. And I found myself in a thicket of trees like this and climbed up a little bit of a hill, maybe 10 yards, kind of on my hands and knees underneath these branches to get back up to the trail. And I was hoping I was getting back up to the trail, but that's the way it looked like I needed to go. Even though it was showing me on the trail, it kind of looked like it was a little bit off to my right. But holy cow, it just shows how you kind of really have to pay attention, even though you still have your device. Okay, this is the, not really the beginning of the trail, but the part of the trail that I didn't show you when I was walking in because I was just getting a feel for things and talking with that couple that I met. But you can see it's just like the rest of it. It's very foresty, and I'll let these people come by. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. But there is no real slope or anything to it. It's just a gradual incline at best. You can tell by the puddles that they did have rain over the past couple of days, but even that, the trail, I don't even really say is muddy or anything like that. It's pretty well done out here, and it's fairly empty now that it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just one more glance. These beautiful red rocks back into the canyon where I was. Not sure we can see with all the trees, but just towers and simply amazing. And there we go, a nice little 6-mile hike here in Sedona on the Boynton Trail. Took me just under or almost 3 hours. And we'll wrap this thing up in a minute as soon as I turn off all my devices and let people know I'm off the trail and that everything's okay. Okay, this is in the parking lot, and I'm really just trying to get a few more pictures of the landscape in here, but you can even see the place at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It is still very full. So that's it, the Boynton Trail, 6 miles. What did it look like, about 3 hours on there? I guess that's about right. Wondering, if some of my devices, some of the things might have messed up, but I don't know. Sedona is just beautiful, which I was expecting it to be. And I don't think I'll ever get tired of looking at mountains or being in the red rocks out on the trail. I just don't want to do it through glass. I want to do it while I'm walking and get to experience it in a little bit better way. But now it's time to head up to Flagstaff, find some food, check into my Airbnb, and get ready for Humphreys Peak tomorrow. We'll see how that goes, and I'll see if I can do a better job with this filming as well. Take care. See you soon.